YouTube, it's Greg the Food Fixer. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make breakfast, and this is something I like to do usually on the weekends because I have just a little bit more time, or of course when I want to impress someone. But it also is just a flavor-packed, super delicious breakfast. It's a Mexican breakfast bowl. It's super easy to make. We're going to do the whole thing right now in probably about 5 minutes. So let's get started. First thing you're going to need, obviously, is a pan. I like this pan by Green Life because, as you can see, it has no rivets. And when I'm scrambling eggs, which we're going to do, I really don't like to get caught up on the rivets, nor do I like to clean that part of the pan afterward. So if you can find a pan like this one, this is ideal for any kind of scrambling or heavy mixing cooking that you're going to do. So the first thing you want to do is preheat the pan. And I would go ahead and put it on medium-low. The reason is we're going to use chorizo in this dish. And chorizo basically is just a Mexican sausage. You cook it just like you would ground beef, but it does have a tendency to splatter if the heat's too high. So start on medium-low. If you need to turn it up a little bit, you can. So the first thing we're going to do, actually, let's take our bowl that we want to serve in, and then we're just going to take some tortilla chips. Pick your favorite brand, whatever you have on hand. Just grab you a few tortilla chips and crush them up, not too much, and put them in the bowl. We're going to start with that. Then we're going to move to cooking, and this is going to happen quick now, so stay with me. We want some chorizo. You can get chorizo like this. They have it in the refrigerator department of your grocery store, but they have beef and pork. Choose your favorite. And then you just want to squeeze out enough for one person. That looks about right to me. Maybe a little bit more. Heck. And like I said, we're just going to cook this like we would ground beef. That is a little high, so I'm going to turn it down. All right, and that's going to cook pretty quickly. Chorizo doesn't take long, so while that's happening, we want to go ahead and get our other ingredients ready if you don't have them already. Of course, going to need a couple of eggs. I'm making one serving because it's actually breakfast time for me, and I'm going to eat this right now, and it's just me. So this is a one-person serving. Double it, triple it, quadruple it, whatever works for your family. So I'm going to need 2 eggs just for me, and then the cheese. Now I like a white cheese. This is a queso quesadilla cheese. There's lots of different kinds of cheeses. If you look, probably the same place where the chorizo was, they'll have some Mexican cheeses there. Try that out, you know. But this is really quick and easy. This is just hanging with all the other kinds of cheeses in the cheese aisle. So I like to keep that on hand anytime I'm doing something that's Mexican or needs that sort of flavor. So I've got that. If you have cheddar, Monterey Jack, pepper jack, whatever, any of that'll work. Pepper jack would be really good, actually. So we're going to have our cheese ready to go. This chorizo, if you can see it, is starting to cook nicely. It's just about done, actually. Like I said, it goes quickly. And then if you have some cilantro, to me, that's just the finishing touch. I love cilantro, so I always try to keep some on hand. It's very fresh and goes with a lot of things. So I would recommend you keep it on hand, and then you can just pull it out when you're doing something like this. All right, so I would say that our chorizo is done. So at this point, we're just going to take it out, put it on our chips. Just like to cover them. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of the cheese over the top because I want it to melt a bit. on that hot chorizo. Nothing wrong with double layering cheese, is there? Okay, now we're going to move back to our pan. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a spray. It needs just a touch. I left the chorizo grease in there, so that's gonna give us a little more flavor. Now you don't need any other seasonings. The chorizo is very flavorful. If you wanna add something, maybe a little garlic or a little onion would be okay. You could even dice up some jalapenos and put it in there if you wanna do that. But I'm gonna go with this most basic, most quick and easy recipe here. So I'm just going with this stuff that we've got right here. So as you noticed, if you haven't seen my scrambled egg video, I suggest you check it out. But I just go straight to the pan. It's medium heat. It's gonna cook very, very quickly, and it does a fine job. You just have to keep the eggs moving. So at about this point, when there's still just a little bit of runny, I want to add some cheese, and we're going to cook it into the eggs. You really see how quick and easy this is. I mean, I would venture to say by the time you make an egg and some toast and even bacon or whatever, you've got this alternative, incredibly delicious, tasty breakfast. Probably faster. So I would really suggest you give this a try. So we like our eggs. I like my eggs light and fluffy and definitely not overcooked. That's where they need to go right there. I think that's done. So we're just gonna place this over our chorizo and cheese, and of course, we're gonna add just a little bit more cheese. And then our cilantro. If you've not used fresh cilantro, it's just a leaf that you tear up, and when you tear it up, you'll instantly smell the very fragrant smell of cilantro. And a little can go a long way. So if you've not used it before and this is your first time with it, I would start off with just a little bit. And work your way up from there. And that's it. How about that instead of eggs and toast? Well, I hope you like this Mexican breakfast bowl. If you do, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you'll know when the video comes out next week. See you then.